Sito, what I have been pushing is not online education, but flexible learning. Because flexible
Okay.
learning combines both online and offline, residential and non-residential. It is a system where you adjust the learning process to the condition of the students, the faculty, the capability of the university in terms of technology, and you adjust it. The idea is you decongest the classroom, you
Mm.
decongest the traditional residential setting and mix it up so that you still achieve the learning outcomes without necessarily going through the 50 students per class ratio that you would have. Whether this will be cheaper, not necessarily, because the tuition increases that universities ask, 70% of that goes to the salary of the faculty. You still have to pay
Ah.
the faculty, so you still need to collect tuition. But what would change, for example, is if you used to do laboratories and you do flexible learning, you might not need to do all the laboratories in school. You will also, of course, reduce some of the costs of maintaining the university. A lot of the out of school, on the job training and internship of the students will have to change now because
Mm.
of the problem of COVID. And therefore, these are costs that the students usually bear through their tuition. So universities have to recalculate all of that when they apply for tuition fee increase, and when they run their universities when they open in August.
Okay, many of the universities in the Philippines are largely private, except for the state universities and colleges or SUCs. Now, how equipped or competent is the general population of mentors or faculty in terms of online teaching? Because, I mean, truth be told, I didn't discover home broadcasting or work from home until nagka-COVID-19. So I think it's only fair to assume na many of our teachers and mentors are also not techies or equipped to set up for home schooling or mentoring or as you said, flexi learning.
You will be surprised, Sito, by how many universities have been doing online learning before ECQ, how
Uh-huh.
many have been doing flexible learning before ECQ, and how many shifted to flexible learning during ECQ. I have always maintained in the meetings of the IATF that we must have different policies for K to 12 and different policies for higher ed, because
Mhm.
there are fundamental differences between the two when you approach the opening of classes. One, in
Okay.
K-12, you have about 28 million students coming back. In higher ed, you only have 2.9 million students. So the deluge of students coming back and the way you decongest classrooms is more challenging for K-12 than for higher ed.
You
Number
said,
two, yes,
Chairman, sorry, no, you said 2.8 million for higher ed.
2.9 million for higher ed and 28 million for
Yeah.
K-12.
So 2.9 million at any given time, or are these just new enrollees
No, this is for the
for
whole
the whole?
enrollment from first year to fourth year already.
Okay, and that's nationwide.
Yes, that's nationwide. And the third
Okay.
reason why you have to look at policies in K to 12 and higher ed differently is because many universities, many higher education institutions have already been doing flexible learning before ECQ.
Mhm.
So the
Mhm.
capacity to shift is much easier in higher education than in basic education. So some universities like Ateneo de Davao, for example, said that starting next semester, they're going to do full online. They're holding summer full online. So many of them have capability. Not all. That's why we're pushing for flexible education. So
Mhm.
those that cannot transition immediately and have weak connectivity, they must be flexible in terms of adjusting their syllabus, adjusting the requirements, but achieving the same learning outcomes.